YouTube, this is Asiel and I'm doing another video today. I'm trying to get as many videos as I can possibly on this day, so I'm going to talk about different topics and things. This video is my personal opinion in what a relationship between godparents and godchildren should be like. Again, it's my personal opinion. If any of you shares something different, then be it so. But so the religion of Osha is just like a family. It's an extended family. It is your spiritual family that you decide to belong or to initiate into, and that the Orishas allow you or welcome you into that particular house. What this means is it should be your extended family that you pick. It should be the right family that you pick. Your godparent becomes your spiritual father or your spiritual mother, whereas anyone else who's initiated into that house already becomes your sibling or your spiritual brother, your spiritual sister. This is why I always believe that relationship between godparents and godchildren should be based on love. They should be based on respect. They should be based on trust. It should be a relationship in which both people feel that they have a good connection, a good physical and spiritual connection. I'm a firm believer that there needs to be a friendship before there is a godparent-godchild relationship. Why do I always say that there needs to be friendship? It's because there's a lot of people who come to me with this story that they've had issues with their godparents and this and that, and a lot of people just meet someone for the first time and they just decide, oh, this is the perfect person, I'm going to initiate with them, and then down the line they realize that their energy doesn't mix good with each other. So in my opinion, everyone should have a trial period of a few months of just friendship only, in which you both realize whether or not it would be a good idea for the two of you to move up into a spiritual relationship as godfather or godparent and godchild. And then you go ahead and ask the Orishas or follow whatever tradition of the house that the house follows, or that the house does. Your second godparent, which is called the Yubon or the Yubona, it's a little bit less of that there needs to be a little bit less of the personal involvement with each other. However, I'm a firm believer that for the Yubona and the Yubona, that person's Orisha needs to be asked whether or not they allow them to become the Yubon or the Yubona of that new initiate. There's different houses which I have seen that don't ask for the Yubon or the Yubona, and that's just their tradition. In my personal house and my personal way is you always have to ask for the Yubon or the Yubona whether or not they can do it or not. So again, I believe people should match as friends before moving into godparent and godchild relationship. There should always be honesty in the relationship. There should always be, or the partnership in this case, or both people need to be very specific about what they're seeking and what they want. The godparent needs to be able to express themselves as to what type of godchildren they're looking for, and the godchildren need to express themselves as for what type of godparent they're looking for. Sometimes certain people act as catalysts. You might meet someone who's going to introduce you to your perfect godparent or godfather or godmother. Sometimes the first person you meet is not the one that you're supposed to initiate with. So always be open and honest about what your intentions in the religion are. I believe that the energies should feel good. I'm a firm believer that if you like someone just to hang out with, you're probably going to like them in ceremony. Okay? You have to like each other. Relationship of godfather and godchild should always be good, in my opinion, and there's no point if all you're gonna do is to simply argue and bicker. both of you, the godparent with a godchild or something like that, then obviously there's a little bit of a problem there. Maybe that's not such a healthy thing. So that, you know, it should be mutual respect, like I said. I always tell people to look at the person's life. If you're picking a godfather or a godmother, look at their life. Look how they live. Look how they behave. Look at how other people think of them. Ask for opinions. Look at the good opinions and look at the bad opinions. Don't just assume that just because anyone says anything that they praise themselves in any way, that is absolutely true. You need to look. You need to investigate. Investigate who you're going to be dealing with. Investigate who's going to be initiating you and who's going to be doing things to your head. Those are very serious bonds. So please always investigate the person that you're thinking of. Again, get the good, get the good information about them, get the bad information about them, weigh them out, see how you feel with them, see how they feel with you. It's my opinion. There should be absolutely no sort of sexual anything between godparent and godchildren. And this is a big one, especially with me, that there's so many people who in certain ceremonies, or they've gone through certain ceremonies in which the godparent has touched them or has done sexual things with them as part of the ceremony. There is no such thing as an Orisha ceremony that includes in any sort of way any sexual touching or any sexual conduct whatsoever. Nothing in the religion. If you're being touched in your private parts by anyone, watch out, okay? Something's not right. There should be no sexual nothing. When it comes to godparent and godchildren, it is considered spiritual incest for the godparent and the godchild to have any form of sexual relationship. There should be no sexual liking. There should be no sexual touching. There should be nothing sexual. Relationship between godparents and godchildren are strictly based on love, strictly based on spirituality, strictly based on simply working with each other and both of them growing spiritually together. The godparent teaches and initiates, and the godchild receives and intakes, and it gets ready to teach the next people that are coming into the religion, or the next people that are coming to the house. Everything in the religion goes kind of like by hierarchy. The godparent teaches the younger and newest members, then they teach the other ones, and they teach, then they teach, and so forth. You should always watch out. You should always keep an eye out for how much the person is charging. Although this is a very expensive religion, just as it is, there's some people who do it only for the money. I can't give out information on prices and different things because different people for different initiations will charge different prices. But most of the time, let's say for full-blown initiation, for Karyosha, for initiation into the priesthood, you are always going, no matter where you're at, because it depends, based on some locations, some regions of the country, things will go higher, you know, prices might go lower of the animals or the materials and things like that. But you're usually, for the most part, you're going to pay a minimum of 5,000, anywhere up to 15,000 for an initiation, for a full-blown Orisha initiation into the Lukumi tradition. The reason why you pay that much is because you're going to get into all the materials and the animals and things like that. And I'm going to do a whole separate video as to why initiation is so expensive. But if you notice that your godparent, it is my true and honest opinion, between 5,000 to 15,000, you're usually within range of initiation cost. If you're getting asked for anything more than that, you might be getting ripped off. So, for example, I know people that for an Oshun initiation have paid $25,000. That is a complete and total rip-off. Complete and total. There's no necessity for anyone to pay $25,000 to initiate as a priest or priestess of Oshun. There just simply isn't. I know someone else that For their initiation into Oshosi, they paid $75,000. Hello, like, I don't understand how that did not even raise a red flag in their minds that how they're not getting ripped off. There's no need for that amount of money. This religion is already expensive because of the amount of materials and things that it needs and it takes, and then people continuously keep adding more and more and more to it. So in my opinion, a good godparent will not rip off their godchildren. And if you're getting charged any of these outrageous prices, anywhere about $15,000, to me it starts to get a little iffy. The three most expensive orishas are usually the warriors, Elegua, Ogun, and Ochosi, that get crowned, and they're usually anywhere from 12. They're the ones that are usually from 12,000 to 15,000 because of the amount of things that they take and the amount of of ceremonies that they take. Another orisha that takes a lot of ceremonies is Oya, for example, so she can be up there and within that range also. But again, just look at it from the point of view of how your godparent is treating you. Look also into where you're located when it comes to that, about the ripping off. But the point is of this whole video is that a relationship between a godparent and a godchild should be a relationship that you can see it lasting for a long time, if not for the rest of your life. There can always be issues between godparent and godchildren because at the end of the day we're all human and we haven't gotten over our ego, and we will probably still fight and argue and not agree on something at some point. But for the most part, the relationship should be based on love, mutual understanding. You both agree with the religion, you both agree with the practices of the house, you both agree with the way you feel about each other. And again, it all boils down to respect. Respecting of the godparent, respecting the godson or the goddaughter. Another thing is the godchildren is not the slave of the godparent, okay? And a lot of people get this a little confused, and then they just start giving out commands to the godchildren as if the godchildren were there as servants or something like that. In my opinion, that's wrong. Everyone needs to be treated with respect. Everyone needs to be treated like a human being, and the godparent's responsibility is to teach the godson or the goddaughter not to treat them as trash. That goes from anywhere from during a religious event or in a religious ceremony to when you guys are just out hanging out somewhere or something like that. There should always be respect from both ends of the relationship. So I think that's all I have for this video. Again, relationship between godparent and godchildren should be the highest, cleanest, purest form of a divine relationship. It is the same thing of like a guru and a disciple. It's the same thing. It's the same thing of a parent with a child. You treat each other with respect, with love, and it should always be based on God, the Orishas, the Egun, and nothing beyond that. So I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that some of those of you that are out there struggling with your house, that you're able to come into some sort of understanding. If by any chance you're being mistreated by anyone, make yourself known. Don't disrespect anyone yourself, but you and everyone needs to be treated with respect. So this religion, which needs to be mended in my opinion, starts with the relationship between godparent and godchild. So if everything starts good from there, with the blessings of the Orishas and the Egun, I'm sure that there is wonders that can be done between two people in this religion, and how far we all can get spiritually and evolve as a community and as a human being. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Ashe, 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 do. Bye. Godparent becomes your spiritual father or your spiritual mother, whereas anyone else who's initiated into that house already becomes your sibling or your spiritual brother, your spiritual sister. This is why I always believe that relationship between godparents and godchildren should be based on love. They should be based on respect. They should be based on trust. It should be a relationship in which both people feel that they have a good connection, a good physical and spiritual connection. I'm a firm believer that there needs to be a friendship before there is a godparent, godchild relationship. Why do I always say that there needs to be friendship? It's because there's a lot of people who come to me with this story that they've had issues with their godparents and this and that, and a lot of people just meet someone for the first time and they just decide, oh, this is the perfect person, I'm going to initiate with them, and then down the line they realize that their energy doesn't mix good with each other. So hello YouTube, this is Asiel and I'm doing another video today. I'm trying to get as many videos as I can possibly on this day, so I'm going to talk about different topics and things. This video is my personal opinion in what a relationship between godparents and godchildren should be like. Again, it's my personal opinion. If any of you shares something different, in my opinion, everyone should have a trial period of a few months of just friendship only, of friendship only, in which you both realize whether or not it would be a good idea for the two of you to move up into a spiritual relationship as godfather or godparent and godchild. And then you go ahead and ask the Orishas to follow whatever tradition of the house that the house follows, or that the house does, and then be it so. But so the religion of Osha is just like a family. It's an extended family. It is your spiritual family that you decide to belong or to initiate into, and then the Orishas allow you or welcome you into that particular house. What this means is it should be your extended family that you pick. It should be the right family that you pick.